From a taste of reality to some harsh words from the director, this is why the John Wick franchise will not have a happy ending. Chad Stahelski has been the driving force behind every entry in the John Wick movie series, including the upcoming John Wick Chapter 4. However, his connection to star Keanu Reeves goes way back to the days of The Matrix. Stahelski worked as Reeves' stunt double in the original sci-fi flick and continued to do so in Reloaded and Revolutions, as well as the football comedies The Replacements and Constantine. Stahelski even helped Reeves with his directorial debut, The Man of Tai Chi, and apparently the two hit it off, as Reeves later starred in Stahelski's directorial debut, John Wick. John Wick helped set a new standard for American action movies, and Reeves has continued to work with Stahelski on the franchise. With 4 sequels already out and a spin-off in the works, it's clear that the duo isn't slowing down anytime soon. In fact, the Hitman universe they've created is expanding with a prequel TV series and even more movies in the pipeline. It's great to see two guys with a solid working relationship take over Hollywood like this. One of the defining features of the John Wick movies has been their innovative and visually stunning fight scenes. From gun battles in crowded city streets to hand-to-hand combat in a crowded library, the films have consistently pushed the boundaries of what's possible in the action genre. Chapter 4 promises to continue this trend, with director Chad Stahelski once again at the helm. But what does the new movie have in store? John Wick, the legendary hitman known as Baba Yaga, is returning with a fierce determination in John Wick Chapter 4. Having survived numerous assassination attempts and betrayals, Wick is more resolute than ever to put his dangerous past behind him. Originally, Keanu Reeves had only planned to appear in one movie, but over the last 8 years, he has consistently amazed audiences with his explosive performances. With each installment of the franchise, the stakes have been raised, and the action and violence have become even more intense. Chapter 3 Parabellum left fans on the edge of their seats with a thrilling cliffhanger, leaving them eagerly anticipating the next chapter in Wick's story. With his signature fighting skills and cunning, John Wick is sure to deliver another adrenaline-pumping performance. The John Wick franchise has become a phenomenon thanks to its gritty storyline and thrilling action sequences. Reeves' portrayal of the formidable assassin has captivated audiences, who have been eagerly waiting for each new movie in the series. In Chapter 4, Wick is on a mission to sever his ties with the criminal underworld once and for all. This proves to be easier said than done, as he soon finds himself embroiled in a dangerous web of betrayal and violence. The newly released trailer promises plenty of thrills and chills, as the famed assassin battles his way through even more impossible odds. Along with the expected stunning fight scenes and explosive shootouts, the film looks to expand on the unique world building that has made the franchise such a hit. Of course, the stakes have never been higher for Wick, as he faces his greatest challenge yet in the form of a new villain standing in his way. But one thing is for sure. Even if he manages to make it out alive, Wick's days as a hired killer are numbered. As Stahelski warned in a recent interview, there's no happy ending in sight for our hero. What exactly are fans waiting for? More epic action scenes, witty one-liners, and new faces in John Wick Chapter 4. The upcoming movie will introduce Hiroyuki Sanada to the franchise, who reunites with Keanu Reeves after working together in 47 Ronin. Sanada plays a character named Shimazu, who may have a deeper connection to Wick than we realize. The trailer teases his arrival with the ominous line, "A new day is dawning," spoken by the film's primary antagonist. Bill Skarsgård's the Marquis de Gramont, who oozes menace in every frame. It looks like Chapter 4 will be building up to a climactic showdown between Wick and the Marquis. But don't worry, Chapter 4 won't disappoint in the action department. We can expect several thrilling fight sequences, including the promised brawl between Wick and Kane, played by Hong Kong action icon Donnie Yen. The trailer doesn't reveal how Kane fits into the story or what his beef is with Wick, but the glimpses of the two fighting have us on the edge of our seats. But looking back at the creators, even though the John Wick franchise has become a major hit, it seems the end is near. After the shocking ending of John Wick 3, it's clear that the character's story has to end somewhere. Stahelski has already confirmed that Chapter 5 will be the final installment, and fans should prepare for a dark fate for the hitman. John may survive all this shit, but at the end of it, there's no happy ending. He's got nowhere to go. But let's be real, if John Wick keeps making money, we wouldn't be surprised if they started working on Chapter 6, John Wick Goes to Space, or John Wick Takes Manhattan. Either way, we're excited to see how this epic saga concludes. And it's safe to say that even though John Wick's future looks bleak, the upcoming John Wick Chapter 4 promises to push Keanu Reeves to his limits. Even legendary judo and jiu-jitsu practitioner Dave Camarillo is joining the fray to take John Wick to the brink. But with such intense challenges, how is it even possible for John to make it out alive? Director Chad Stahelski seems to be aware of his dilemma and admits that the future of the franchise doesn't look too bright. Honestly, I challenge you right now. Here's a question to you. How do you want me to end it? Stahelski posed the question to IndieWire. After all, John Wick's dark past makes it unrealistic for him to ever have a shot at happiness. That chance was taken away from him in the first few minutes of the first film. And yet, as the movies have always maintained a semblance of reality, it's unlikely that Chapter 4 will abandon that aspect. Reeves himself revealed that this was the most physically demanding role of his career so far, with one Carrefour sequence taking place in Paris with the Arc de Triomphe as a backdrop. It's set to test John Wick's limits like never before. So, while we can't predict the fate of the Baba Yaga, we do know that it will be an epic ride. Following on an interview with IndieWire, Stahelski didn't hold back when discussing the fate of John Wick. He was brutally honest in his assessment, stating that it's just not realistic for the character to ever have a happy ending. The franchise has never been one to shy away from the harsh realities of the criminal underworld. Do you seriously believe that he's gonna have a happy ending after killing hundreds of people? He can't just ride off into the sunset like nothing ever happened. What, is he going to magically fall in love with a romantic interest and all his troubles will vanish? Let's be real here. If this guy actually existed, how do you think his day would end? Well, it seems like John Wick is in for a wild ride in the upcoming John Wick Chapter 4. Director Chad Stahelski isn't pulling any punches, as he openly questions how the character's story could possibly end. The new movie promises to take John Wick around the world, introducing new storylines. But what will ultimately resonate with viewers, the mythology or the man? Keanu Reeves has made the character relatable, even as we see the dark side of his life. It's tough not to root for him, even though he knows there's no turning back. As the release date for John Wick Chapter 4 approaches, fans of the series can hardly contain their excitement. With its blend of thrilling action, memorable characters, and high stakes, the film promises to be yet another unforgettable chapter in the story of Baba Yaga. From a taste of reality to some harsh words from the director, this was why the John Wick franchise will not have a happy ending.